The Public Protector has filed a criminal case over the leaked interim report on Absa. Reports citing advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane's probe appeared in the media on Sunday. The report was sent to Absa, the South African Reserve Bank, Treasury and the Presidency. The parties are yet to make submissions on the report.
The Public Protector has opened a case at the Brooklyn Police Station in Pretoria, requesting the police to investigate the leak of the provisional report. Our view is that such leaks have got, a potential to dent the image of the Public Protector as a brand, but also to, result in a trust deficit whereby people don't really, trust the office and its processes. And then at the police, we have asked them to look into whether the Public Protector Act has been breached, in particular Section 7, subsection 2.
Reacting to allegations against Absa in the leaked Public Protector's provisional report, COSATU calls for nationalization of the South African Reserve Bank. The Labour Federation questions the role of the Reserve Bank, saying that it seems that the South African Reserve Bank facilitated the bleeding of money by the private sector. COSATU says it seems the Reserve Bank is hiding the rot and insulating banks from scrutiny. COSATU demands a commission of inquiry into the alleged apartheid-era looting by Absa. The Labour Federation seeks a wider probe into other illegal transactions prior to the 1994 elections. COSATU says the allegations that government overlooked the need to recover the money from Absa are troubling.
We are worried that it took an investigation by the Public Protector for this issue really to be taken seriously. The question that has to be raised here is who are the guardians of the public purse? Who is looking after the interest of South Africans? We have a treasury that doesn't seem really to be interested in representing the interest of the people. And we have a private reserve bank. And when you look at some of the issues that have come out of this leaked report, they point to the fact that we cannot continue to trust this reserve bank to really act in the interest of South Africa.
Meanwhile, others too have joined the chorus calling for Absa to pay back the money. SACP has called for a full investigation to the alleged looting of state coffers during the apartheid era. SA Communist Party says the money should be recovered and used for developmental purposes. The Inkatha Freedom Party also seeks a probe into the undue benefits allegedly received by Absa. The IFP says any undue benefits must be repatriated to the state coffers. Parliament, through the Standing Committee on Public Accounts, seeks to cooperate with the Public Protector in getting to the bottom of this rot. SCOPA also wants other similar scams to be investigated.
Absa must pay back the money, but it must also pay back the money with interest. And the money must be used for developmental purposes. The National Treasury has to make an assessment of where the money can best be utilized, given the number of priorities that we have to satisfy as a nation. And of course, this involves consultation with Parliament. It requires budget speech processes.
At the outset, we want to say that the leak of the report is, of course, very unfortunate because it compromises the due processes which need to be followed by the Office of the Public Protector in such investigations. And whilst the matter may now be in the public domain, it cannot be condoned that the processes of the Public Protector are undermined by leaks, because then that speaks to the integrity of the office. And speaks to the integrity of the content of the report. But having said that, we do want to say as the IFP that the findings as alleged in the report are of a serious nature and of a serious concern, and ones which need to be investigated further. So we appreciate the fact that Absa will be making further representations to the Public Protector, and that there's an extension of the deadline.
Black First, Land First leader Andile Mngxitama wants to join hands with the EFF in fighting against Absa. A former EFF member, Andile Mngxitama, has called for a truce with EFF leader Julius Malema. Andile calls his former comrade to put non-essential differences aside and unite in the fight against white monopoly capital. He says the EFF and BLF can together occupy Absa Bank and force it to pay back the money it allegedly stole from taxpayers during the apartheid era. EFF has so far remained silent on the issue of missing billions.
We should all put pressure on Absa after the preliminary report has been issued. We know that report, the findings are solid. There is enough evidence, and more people have come out to support those findings. What is needed is Absa to pay the money, and we can see that Absa is playing delaying tactics, hiding behind technicalities, and even inventing lies. We must put absolute pressure, and we are calling on all people who have been saying they're fighting against corruption to join hands with us and to force Absa to pay back the money. And one of the actions that we are contemplating is to occupy some of the main centers of Absa to make sure that it pays attention to the call. So that's what we said. We extended a hand to the EFF leader because EFF has been very confusing to many of us. It is the first to call for the occupation of Absa a year ago. It hasn't done so, and the messages that it's been sending are very confusing, including when it joined hands with the DA, which is a party of white monopoly capital.